All right. Has anybody here ever been married to somebody
It's a bit,
goofy?
yeah, a bit cracked.
Good morning, Victoria.
Hello, welcome 20.
To another exciting year and episode.
Oh, well, I haven't worked out. So what am I going to say? Welcome to another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun.
See, you should have been on the ball with this.
For
Instead, you've been
we.
dicking around
For all of we.
in 2023, yo.
Exactly, but it's got to say the date.
All right.
On the 6th of January, 2023.
That's right.
Amazing, I can't see out of these glasses.
Well, this is going to be the best show ever. She's going to be brailing it.
Yeah.
Brailing it.
Wow,
Whoa,
someone really hot.
not nailing it.
Who, me?
Well, if you're brailing it. All right. Anka,
So, and
Jay
it's
Bird,
your
Brian,
manifesting
Doctor.
questions.
Hey, did you see? I look on my timeline. Right, you'll see it. It's a square, the hypotenuse of a right triangle when it comes to language. Just for you, Dr. Brian, Dr. Brian.
Okay.
All right.
And it's your manifesting questions answered live.
All right.
All right.
Look at that triple D, remarkable Luke. Triple D, remarkable Darkery. Oh, you are hot. You're having a power surge.
I know.
Wow.
I'm suddenly sweating like loads.
Hoo-ha.
Sorry, you guys.
We love when she has power
So,
surges.
go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Whoa. Sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. Skip resolutions. Right till you guys see what I'm putting up later.
Resolutions.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I never actually realised that it was saying that.
Yep, I've only said it for 4 years in a row now.
Well, I know what a resolution is, but
Yeah.
I never thought of it splitting it up and it's a
Resolution.
solution
That's
to
right.
a problem issue.
That's right.
Whatever.
It's a Hey, I'm fat again. It's January and I'm
Yeah.
fat again.
Happens every year, mate.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, to me.
Triple D, remarkable Lisa.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right, let's dive in with Terry on the email land.
Terry by
Terry
email.
on email land.
Manifesting beauty.
Remarkably, Colby is here.
And Terry says, I want to be beautiful. When I walk out into the world and men don't notice me, it knocks me out of my beautiful woman state. I want to be a happy, loving wife. Worried I'm older now and I've missed the boot. Thanks again, 20. Can't wait to hear your answer. Your questions answered live is my favourite.
It's my favorite too. Now,
love
here's
it.
the cool thing. So, I just don't imagine being noticed. I imagine being appreciated. So we get to play with some things here. For example, my buddy Julian told me the other day that people that haven't worked at the center now in years are still asking about me. He said, you're one of the most popular people here or something like that. And here's the reason why. I appreciate people. I appreciate how they look, how they move, how they think, what they do, who they are. And so what I'm going to toss to you here is imagine your beauty enhancing their beauty. Imagine your richness enhancing their richness. It's sort of like me and Dr. Brian. We do a dance. We talk about things like language, right? And he's more linguistic than I am, right? But it's fun because whenever he's jamming and we talk a little bit back and forth through comments or whatever, we're both elevated because we're both appreciated. And appreciation, again, has to do with not only I appreciate you, but but it really is that there's an appreciation and value. There's a valueness there. So let's play with that. As you appreciate your beauty, enhancing their beauty, enhancing your beauty. I'll give you a great, funny, weird example. I love my lifeguards and I love my swim teachers. The lifeguards I love is because they keep me safe, right? Like seriously, they keep the place safe and open. They're the frontline soldiers. I love the swim teachers because I really do. I watch how they transform lives, both parents and kids. It just absolutely is it's a miracle of miracles in my mind. And I tell them this. And so there's this gorgeous young fella and there's this gorgeous young girl, and they're both swim teachers, and they're walking next to each other the other day, and their beauty just bounced off each other. It's like I'm imagining if they were 20 years older and having kids, right? It's just that kind of thing. And they both appreciate me. It's like when they talk to me, they light up. So that whole thing of appreciation, play with that. Triple D, remarkable. Tabitha is in the room too. Tabitha. Whoa.
Excellent.
Because I can hear her jamming around right now.
Oh, really? Feeler.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Triple D, remarkable Galaxy. Triple D, remarkable Ashley. Oh my God, all these remarkable kids.
Yeah.
All right, Doctor Feelgood, Doctor Brian. Yeah, Urias.
Cool. So that was for Terry.
All right, let us continue.
Thanks very much for your
And stay tuned, Terry. We're going to keep answering your question and other questions together in the magical way that we weave things.
Yeah. Okay. The next question's from Ilona in Manifesting Mastery. Moving feels unreal to me.
This is so good.
And Ilona asks, hi TTMV. I have a question for tomorrow's Feel It Real session.
She asked this 2 weeks ago. We didn't do a show.
Sorry. Yeah.
Right. But she knows we're doing this one.
Okay. Why moving to California from Chicago feels so unreal to me? It feels so big and not possible. I'm fighting with a lot of hows. How am I going to make the money to live there? How am I going to afford anything in Cali? How, etc. Thank you.
My guess is, I don't remember, but you feel small to me. Like smaller than a truck. You know what I mean? Like most people are small.
Most people are.
Yeah, most people are, right? But some people, when they get out of a truck, they own the truck. Right? Yeah, it's one of these things. And so when I read this, first thing I notice is like you feel small compared to the move. The second thing I notice is you're imagining moving. The move to California feels so big. I would imagine, I think you live in Chicago or something.
Yes, from Chicago.
So I have this thing called an attention span.
Yeah.
I'm much bigger than my attention span, right? So I would just imagine Chicago's far the fuck away. Like I don't know if I ever go back to my hometown again. I have nothing against going there. I do have something against sitting in a plane for 24 hours. Just not a fan, right? But the thought of going there would be, it's like visiting where I used to live. So when I worked in Harmon House with the old people, the old folks home, right? One of the things that I did there was I imagined every day I'd go to work and I'd feel like it was like 10, 20 years later. So while I was at work, I felt all that in the past because I was imagining teaching. And so I felt work was in the past. Whenever I lived in Pennsylvania, Florida felt south to me, like from my head to my belly button. That was Florida, right? See, I can't say the other word. We all know what a Florida really is, right? Yes. So like Florida's down there someplace. So when I lived in Pennsylvania, Florida felt down. When I moved here, both Florida and Pennsylvania felt far away and to the right. So this is where you get to play, because when you're stuck in hows, you're not giving life to enough nows. If you were in California, where would Chicago be? Right?
Northeast.
Yeah, that away. Far away, right?
Yes.
So that's where I would play. Stay tuned, though, and just notice you're imagining the move, so you're getting stuck in the hows, versus imagining if you moved, where would Chicago be? Cold and far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'll never go through Chicago again.
Isn't it called the Windy City? Chicago?
Yes, Chicago. I'll go through Chicago for one reason, and that's Coral, right? Just to say hi, right? Other than that, the last time I was there, they made me walk on a tarmac in the snow. And it's like, I'm not taking this personal. I'm taking this very personal. Because there is no such thing as objective reality, but more on that later.
Yeah.
Let us continue.
Okay. So that was from Ilona. Thanks very much for your question.
Eggo's here. Wow.
Sorry, it's a little bit late.
What's a little bit?
Well, no answer.
Oh, yeah, because we just said screw it. Yeah, that's right.
We had the week off. The next question's from Bob via email. Is what I desire really desiring me? And Bob asks, is what I desire really desiring me?
I just love this one because for me, the whole thing of thinking money desires me is a little nuts. Because Neville Goddard taught that you're the power and the operant power. In other words, the power doesn't operate itself. I've never seen Uranus order a pizza. See, I'm having so much fun today.
I remember that one from ages ago. Yes.
Yeah. So I've never seen Uranus order a pizza or the moon, right? So here's the cool thing. The only thing that I can tell is the truth about you is desiring the truth about you. Now think about that. Let that get a little loopy. Because if the truth about you is desiring the truth about you, you've got this hunger for the truth. And only the truth about you hungers for the truth about you. It's like, you want to know who you can lie to in the world? People who want to be lied to. Right? Hey, you just won $7 billion. Give me your social security number and your bank account details.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Radio. Only those who want to be lied to can be lied to. Right? So this is just really worth noticing. So the truth about you seeks the truth about you. And so you came here to know imagination. So that's what I notice. What desires me? Me. The truth about me desires the truth about me. And so I get to, Mark Dockery has seen Uranus.
Oh, really?
Oh, mercy.
Right.
Yeah. Not going to go there. There's things I want to say, but I've made a New Year's resolution.
Right.
Right. Meanwhile, back at the French.
So is that good for Bob?
I think it's good for Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. But here's the big thing, Bob. When you get your desires are divine in origin and you're divine, that's the truth about you, noticing the truth about you. And I just love this. I appreciate you asking this. So stay tuned.
Excellent. Thank you, Bob, for your question. The next question's from Marie in Messenger. How much do you charge, Doctor?
A lot. I charge a lot.
Marie asks, I'm new to Neville Goddard and making my way through the texts, but for right now, I'd like to hire someone to manifest one particular situation for me. It can't wait while I continue to read and learn.
Oh, wow. Coolio. So, yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm not a fan of that. There was this guy in the spoon bending group that was charging to manifest stuff, right? It's like, I just find that humorous, right? Here's what I do, right? Honest to God, I tell everybody that says this, join us at manifestingmasterycourse.com. It's like, I don't want to wait for what I want. Well, you're imagining waiting. Well, I don't want to take the time to, yeah, whatever. The truth about you seeks the truth about you. That's the path to freedom. On the other hand, there's this one big thing that I really want you to manifest for me so that I can get it and my whole life will be changed. So it's like, let me get this right. There's something outside of you that you want something outside of you to manifest so that it is yours, so that your whole life will change. I'm not a fan of that. What I'm a fan of is you noticing the truth about you is the truth about you. It seeks the truth about you. The big lie is this. Something out there will make me happy. Right? We've all been on the phone recently with people who are entirely unsatisfiable. Whatever you tell them, right? It's just like, this is divine comedy and pure torture, right? But that's the fun thing, because whenever you get, I have no interest in manifesting for you. But here's what I do. Every day, I get updates from people, Manifesting Mastery Course people in the Facebook group. I read your things, I imagine lovingly for you. If you remain invisible, I can't imagine lovingly for you. I'm not a fan of this, let's imagine love and light for every human being on the planet because it's a happy, fuzzy place. That's not me. I'm the kind of person that goes, wow, I see Lisa LaRocque's photography, and I imagine lots and lots of people seeing it, right, and appreciating it. Right? I see somebody's doing yoga and teaching yoga. I imagine their yoga class is full and them being accomplished and satisfied. I imagine specific things for specific people as they cross my radar. And the cool thing is, the big thing that I imagine for everyone is that whole thing of like, I imagine you nailing it. I imagine you celebrating your win, because there's nothing that feels better. If you think the lottery win would be fun, you nailing, that's fun.
Yeah.
You knowing that you nailed it and celebrating it and enjoying it. So what do I charge to manifest for people? Nothing. But I do strongly suggest take $97, invest 15 minutes a day. Because if you can't do
For
that,
90 days.
Yeah, people say, but I have deservingness issues. Yeah, you don't deserve it if you don't play. That's the only deservingness that I notice. Right? People, I refuse to learn quickly. I'm a slow learner. Stop imagining that you're a slow learner. Imagine that you've been doing this all your life because you have been. Imagine now you're learning how to do it knowingly and intentionally. So, boom.
Cool.
Look at that. Other
Excellent.
people love Lisa's photos too, as I'm seeing comments go through. Nice. Gosh, beauty appreciates beauty. Going back to the first one. So, let us continue.
Okay, thanks, Marie, for your question. The next question's from Sarah in Dream Driven Day.
That's Sarah calling from Italy, by the way.
All right.
All right. We love her.
how do you raise everybody up? And Sarah asks, how do you think lovingly for the seeming other, and how do you raise everybody up?
You know, I don't know if I put this in a podcast or in a package, because I'm working on the attitude of Abdullah 2023 right now. Right, this is going to be another little kick-ass little package. Right, so it's like dynamite, big things in small packages, or nuclear. Right, so how do you raise everyone up? And again, I put this either in a podcast or in the package, but I'll mention this. When Victoria makes the bed and she gets the designer sheets, right, and she puts the designer sheets on the bed, they're designer sheets. They're linen, for God's sake.
I know.
Right? Yeah, I'll never get enough. Right? So she has the designer sheets on the bed, and if I pluck a little bit in the middle and I lift it up, the whole sheet rises up. And this is what I notice about reality. When I imagine lovingly for her, the young fellow that works in the garden is blessed. Because I'm imagining her happy with the garden. I'm imagining her feeling accomplished and satisfied. And the young fella comes around and he gets to make a decent wage and feel accomplished and satisfied. He gets to play his role, and that contributes to his things that he's got going on, his projects. And this is the cool thing, because I could just imagine, what a fucking shithole. Right? We should just get an apartment in the city. Right? That way we would have no maintenance. Right? Yeah. Could you guys see us living in an apartment in the city? Right? I'd be building a machine gun out of rubber bands. Right? But that's the thing. Some people, they just curse everyone and everything. And it just brings, you know what they're like. They walk in the room and everyone goes, oh, it's him. Right? On the other hand, when you walk into a room and it's not that you're positive, it's that you're appreciative. I appreciate what this place was when she moved here, when I moved here, with what we've done over the years. I appreciate every drop. And that gives to her, gives to him, gives to you. We just had 2 lovely people here a couple days ago. We'll be posting about that. But Triple D people from Europe, right?
Europe.
yeah. Europe, like far, far away. We got a text, hey, we're in town. It's like, oh yeah, cool. Right, come on over, we'll have sushi.
Let's have lunch.
Yeah. And we did sushi and walked around the garden. It was lovely. But this is dreams of ours come true. Our people coming to see us, right? And again, did they love the garden? They loved the garden, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, let us continue. Ashley sharing gold.
Cool.
All right.
Excellent. So that was for Sarah in Italy.
Sarah calling from
Italy.
All right.
Thank you for your question.
And I just saw our next questioner person just showed up.
All right.
That's good, because otherwise I would have skipped her.
So the next question's from Dream Driven Digest. What does revision really do?
What does revision really do?
And just ask, so with revision, I get asked often if revising really does change the past, as in makes the memory disappear from your awareness. Can you explain how revision works for past events so that they didn't actually happen? How is it possible to forget what happened? Can revision really make memories go away? Or is it more effective to revise your experience of what happened, as in how you reacted to it?
Cool. Ready?
Yeah.
Cool. Your head has questions. And when we give it answers, it has more questions. And even when we don't give it answers, it has more questions. And your head has what even more? What's the head have? Questions. Right? Lots and lots of questions.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I only answer from experience. So I can only tell you what I've experienced. This is one of the things that I loved about Neville. He answered from experience. Right? Ready? Revision changes what matters. Period. Revision changes you. Period. That's it. This thing called a memory, what the fuck is a memory? A memory is just an imaginal act. Right? Reality. What's reality? Consciousness is the only reality. Right? Your awareness of being is God. You're conscious of the physical, you're conscious of the mental, you're conscious of the emotional. What really changes when you revise is you. When you get that, all the other questions dissolve, and it doesn't matter. And that's what's really, really cool, because revision changes you. When you change, you've revised. And there's so much power here. And the sad thing is, people are going to run with this like a bumper sticker. And that to me is just that sucks, because you get to play to the point where you get revision changes you. Period. That's it. And when you get that, the authority in which you answer changes. Now, but by the way, nobody can argue with me on this. They can say, well, theoretically, hypothetically, something like that. Yeah, right. All I know is revision changes me. Now, do I still remember some things? I remember the Camp Hill prison riots, but it really doesn't feel like they happened to me. I don't remember what I had for breakfast when I was 23 and a half of a half. Right? There are some things that just drop off your radar completely. When they do, you don't even know. But I can promise you this, revision changes what matters. Play with that to the point where you can answer that with authority. Until then, tell them I said that. Right? Really cool, fun way to play. All right. So, Victoria.
Very cool. Excellent, Jess.
Great question.
Thanks for your question. I've got a full show today. The next question.
That's why we're fast.
We're very fast. Well, you're very fast.
I'm very fast.
Dream-driven day, Nancy. Sexual fantasies.
Sexual.
Isn't that what I said?
Sexual.
And Dream-driven day, Nancy asks, are
Sexual.
fantasies middles or a preview of an upcoming attraction?
I love this question, by the way. I said I went 3 questions.
3 upcoming attractions.
Right?
No.
Yeah, and I can't remember if yours was number 3 or number 4. But when I get more than 3 and I ask for 3, I go, oh, fuck it, I'll just answer them all. Right? So here's the cool thing. Ready? Are sexual fantasies middles? Right? It's almost like, here's what I notice. I want to know what a sexual fantasy is, because sometimes you can imagine something and you just get aroused. Sometimes you imagine something and then all kind of yummy things happen, right? And that's what's really, really fun for me, because do you believe in the reality of your imaginal act? There's the biggie right there. So you can have a fantasy. I mean, like, if you guys had any idea how many dumb fantasies I have a day, right? It's fascinating to me, because people have dumb fantasies all day long and they don't happen. We could call it worrying. Right? We could call it watching the news, having a stray thought that doesn't manifest. But if you don't believe in its reality, it don't come true. All right, this is why people say, well, I watch porn all day. Why is it that I'm not screwing porn stars? Well, that's because you're watching porn all day. Mike is here as well. Imagine that. Right? Meanwhile, but some people imagine something and they do. So here's the thing. Do you believe in the reality of your imaginal act? That's the fun thing. When you believe in the reality of it, that's what moves you and moves everything. So, middles, don't know. What I focus on is imagining movements. So I love that you asked the question and that I answered it my way. There he goes.
Yeah.
A little fuckstick.
Excellent. Thank you, Nancy, for your question.
And by the way, either way, have fun. Dooby-dooby-doo.
The next question's from Stephanie. Stephanie in Manifesting Mastery. Help visualizing.
Step on me.
And Stephanie asks,
unbelievable.
I've always had a difficult time with visual imagery. How do I improve? Or can I write here, etc.?
I guarantee you know the difference between water, milk, Kool-Aid, and beer.
Sorry, what did you say? I guarantee the difference.
No, I guarantee you know the difference between water, milk, Kool-Aid, and beer. I'm also willing to bet wherever you're at right now, you can think of where's the closest milk and where do I find it in the store. Yeah, and odds are you're not going. I have to walk 312 steps directly east-northeast, turn 42 degrees, walk 7 more steps, rotate, pivot, look down 4 inches. You're not doing it auditorily. I guarantee when I say you know where the milk is, you know where the milk is, right? The other thing that I got to say when it comes with help to visualizing, as you look deep into your eyes, my eyes, the eyes, her eyes, you notice neither one of us is your mother, right? Now, odds are your mom's not sitting between us, so you can do a direct comparison, right? Because you remember what your mom looks like. So if you can remember what your mom looks like without even noticing you remember what your mom looks like, you also know your mom ain't milk. It's where milk came from when you were little, but your mom ain't milk. So you can even imagine what your mom was like when you were little, right? That's all you need. Here's the cool thing. It's not visualizing, it ain't writing things down, it ain't speaking things out. What matters is your imaginal experience leads your physical experience. Always. This is why I'm nuts about Joseph Goddard, because every day you start out with a little drip of cortisol. That's what happens when you identify with your body. And if you don't directly start running with shit, shit's going to run over you. So you don't have to visualize anything. You get to experience something. By the way, one more. Here's my other way of answering this question. How do you terrify the shit out of yourself? Because if you want to know how you put stress in your body imaginally, dog. If you notice, how do I put stress in my body imaginally? That'll tell you how you effectively imagine things that stress you out, that cause actual change in your body, change in your life, right? So if you're imagining, oh, the mailman's going to come and there's a bill coming, and you notice you're making fuzzy movies without noticing you're making fuzzy movies, it's like, all right, cool. You get to notice these things. So that's some other stuff. The big deal, Manifesting Mastery Course Week 1. So.
Which you're in. Well, you're in Manifesting Mastery, so yeah.
Yep.
Go back to week 1.
Yeah, notice how you do the girls giggled. Notice how you get triggered. And that's going to give you clues on as far as how to generate change in your life. And email me again. Boom.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, Stephanie, for your question, or Stephanie, as Twain says.
Yes, step on me.
Step on me.
Ouch.
The next question's from Jonathan in Manifesting Mastery, Order for Manifesting. And Jonathan asks, should there be an order of importance?
By the way, see, when I say things like step on me, right? So I do these little things to fuck with the system, because if you have any kind of visceral reaction, visual reaction, when I say step on me, oh, yeah, you're doing things. That's called imaginal activity. Notice that. Okay? Always notice before we get to something and after we get to something. I'm always doing shit out of order. All right. Okay. Sorry, Victoria.
And I'll keep going with Jonathan's question. Should there be an order of importance for your buns? For instance, focus on money more than focusing on girls because dates cost money.
Jonathan, I got to tell you, this is a great question, and you don't understand. The whole idea is to manifest women that pay you.
Yeah.
Right? So it's
they
not...
pay for the date.
And much, much more.
And much more.
And much more. You imagine big tippers. Do you know some people don't like us? They say we have too much fun. Here's the cool thing. Neville Goddard said, right, when you feel a desire, that's when you surrender, that's when you move into its assumption. And that's the cool thing. So if I imagine having a fun time with Victoria, I don't go, well, I have to imagine getting undressed first. I can have fun with her with my clothes on, right? Yeah, that's what's really, really fun. So it's like, yeah, the only order thing that you got to do is order then wait. And you may wait for a second, you may wait for 25 years, it don't matter. I don't really give life to a lot of things that I've got to wait 25 years for, except for being very old, right? I imagine that being in many, many years just for fun. But this is great. So you notice you get separate desires here. Money and women's with money, like money to spend on women's. Lots of way you can play with this. And the big thing is, again, just let it be fun. Notice where you imagine up something, because maybe you're imagining up, hey, I'd love to take her out, but I can't because I don't have any money. Versus, I'd love to take her out. And imagine having had taken her out. And then let things play out. That's what's really, really cool. Al, welcome to the show. Alexandra.
Excellent. So that was for Jonathan. Thank you very much for your question, Jonathan.
Says. As Darkery would say, imagine up a sugar mama.
Yeah. And the last question today is from Anka via Facebook. Is this feeling it real? And Anka asks, sometimes while I do house chores or even other things, I feel like I leave that moment and I start seeing things happening through my own eyes, and I'm participating in the action of whatever I envision. Is that also manifesting? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like my body is still doing the chores, but I'm way far, far away doing something different that just feels so real, that feels it's happening then.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Here's the cool thing, because when you're doing things that are mundane that require maybe 20-30% of your attention, yeah, stuff that you've done time and time and time again, you slip into the state akin to sleep. So, Luke, we love that you love our hats. Thank you. I'm your father. So, this is really cool because, like Neville says, prune the vine morning, noon, and night. That tells me that Neville acknowledges that you're imagining morning, noon, and night. And when you really get anything that you do that's mundane, you always be investing. Always. And that's the cool thing, because when you notice you're doing something that doesn't require a lot of activity, you'll naturally start to slip into something. And let it be a lovely experience. Like, this whole thing, this is why we say you don't have to make movies to do this stuff. All you have to do is surrender to an experience. You surrender to a lovely experience, and you'll have more lovely experiences. Like linen sheets.
Yeah, right. Lovely. That's lovely, Anchor.
Yeah, so, and good on you for sharing that, because somebody just posted in the group about the state akin to sleep, asking questions about that, because, you want to let this be as natural as possible. Anytime you can just feel relocused, but a little focused, relaxed at the same time, you just invest that moment, experience like the joy of your satisfaction and accomplishment, and right there, I can do this while I'm doing a show. So, and that's an actual imaginal act right there. So, cool. Anka says, well, I'm in a constant state akin to sleep. What's cool is you're not in a constant state akin to sleep. You slip in and out of it often. If you were constantly in a state akin to sleep, you'd be like just drilling into a bucket all day, right? So you get to fade in and come back up, fade in and come back up, fade in and totally drop into sleep. So you're always able to bump into it. So, coolio.
Excellent. Okay, yes.
There he goes.
And thank you, Anka, for your question.
Doobie-doobie-doo.
And what we'd like to know now is tell us, what was your hashtag strawberry bits?
That's right.
And mine is finally getting back and doing a show.
It's been a long time, Victoria.
Yeah, it's been a long time, 20.
Yes.
Yes.
You do yoga, don't you, Anka? I believe so. Anyway, Emmett.
What was your hashtag strawberry bits?
My hashtag strawberry bit was noticing how the beginning wove in with the whole way through, because that whole first one, if you'd scroll back up to it. Let me just tidy that up. Jerry. I want to be beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, appreciation really, really is cool. And if you just go the whole way through them, even the one with, like, what I desire desires me, you do. You do it. You do desire you. Appreciation is increasing the value. When increase the value of doing housework, while you're doing the housework, be the blessing. That's what's really, really cool. Anka, but I wanted to do it a couple of times. Cool. All right. I'm assuming that you don't do yoga, but you wanted to do it a couple of times. All right. Cool. So, because when you play with body disciplines like yoga, tai chi, anything with, so that's a walking or moving meditation, it makes it really easy. But more on that in another show.
More on that.
Yes.
More on. Okay. So that was our hashtag strawberry bits. While you type in yours, go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Go there, do that. It's like, you get the...
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
15 minutes a day, about $97, definitely.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
No excuses for you.
No excuses.
That's right.
Very good.
Guess what I'm doing, Victoria?
You're about to go to the... Ooh.
That is the rightness.
Yep, and I'll start prepping.
You guys got to be watching the lunch shows. Like, I got to tell you. And make sure you go to Feel It Real Fun. We've been putting up lots of new podcast videos and stuff. I'm going to be putting one up tomorrow. But make sure you go there and subscribe if you haven't already, because we've got some cool shit coming up. So,
Excellent.
I guess I just think 20, we'll let one out. Nah, 20 just, his back cramps with this cushion.
Needs to stand up now.
So,
Get to the pool.
that's right, get to the pool.
Okay, you guys.
Have a
great
lovely day,
night,
everyone.
everything weekend, and we'll catch you next week.
That's right, twice.